Hey guys, Never Stop Dodging here today, and we are going to be making another top 10 tier list. I feel like I'm making these a lot more frequently now. Once I used to do it once a month, but now the meta is changing drastically every 2 weeks, and the top 10 are changing every 2 weeks. So I just feel like it makes sense to keep on doing these. So we're going to be taking a look at all the LFs and Ultras at 10 stars. And all the 1% sparkings and everything at 14 stars. So if we start at number 10, I was actually kind of stuck with this one because I feel like it was between Future Gohan or Pan. I was really thinking like these two are both on that crazy movies team / high intensity with Beast Gohan and or Ultra Gogeta Blue, and it's absolutely ridiculous, but I think I will put the LF Future Gohan on this team. I feel like his support is really good as well. It's not as crazy as what Pan does, but his support on top of like everything else he does, his endurance, his cover change, his unique platinum equipment makes him really good. Like he could be used on Future as well, where Pan is literally just used on that movies team with Future Gohan, Beast Gohan, or Ultra Gogeta Blue, and that's it. You don't really see it anywhere else, whereas he's actually on that team and on Future as well, which gives him a bit more value. Multiple teams with great like usability for both of them is really good. So he's a fantastic unit, very, very good, very worthy of being in the top 10. My 9th place, we're gonna go with the LF Zenkai Super Saiyan 4 Goku. Now, he's an absolute beast. His damage is absurd when he goes last man standing, or when one team member's gone, he just pops off, goes crazy. Like he's one of my most fun units to use at the moment. Like he is just fun. You just do a ton of damage, you get all that crazy restoration of vanish with degree. The blue card goes crazy, ultimate goes crazy, his cover changes are nice. I feel like what's hurting him are his teams. He is pretty much only used on GT, and that's about it. He can maybe be used as a leader slot for other teams, but then it hinders his kit. You mainly just want to use him for GT, so GT just needs to get into a bit of a better place. They are still a good team, but a bit of a better place, and he gets a lot more value. Next, 8th and 7th, I think are very interchangeable as well. In my opinion, I'm gonna go 8th with Ultra Hit. I think Ultra Hit is fantastic as like individual unit. I'd probably put him higher up, but as we're looking at him with his teams and everything around him, I think he is in the 8th position because I think he does great damage. His green card with his Gorge Field is ridiculous. Without it, it's still pretty nice as well because you get that cover chain notification, can just go crazy. And honestly, he is just a really good unit, and the only reason why I think he's gone down a bit is that I think his main team is Universe Rep. Powerful Opponents doesn't really exist, and that's really the other team we'd want to use him on. Universe Rep is more blast based, if anything. I think that's what hinders him the most. The fact that he comes in and he's a melee based unit. He wants to use all these strike damaging attacks, and he's just paired up with a bunch of units who want to use blast. And I think if you are going to go that blast route, you want every other unit being a blast. So I think that's hindered him a bit and made it so that he is in 8th position in my opinion. But I do like his ultimate. I do like the fact that he gets restoration of his vanish completely, and he goes crazy with the crits. I think crits are what made me think, okay, he can maybe be in 7th position. But I think in 7th position we'll go with the new LF Revival UI Goku. I just think he's brought a bit more value to the Universe Reps team with his ability to just revive and his ability to go type neutral with his main ability. He gets restoration of his vanish with his green. This is pre-transformation he's getting that, which is very good in my opinion. Makes you last a long time with the Super Saiyan Blue Goku before he's even popped his transformation. And of course, being a revive unit, unless they have like Beerus on the team, you're gonna control rushes a lot stronger. And of course, he follows that suit where he's got that blast based kit where with the Universal Rep team is fantastic. With God Key is fantastic as well. I think he's helped those two teams out very much with his kit. I think, of course, the transformation turns him into UI Goku, who honestly I would have liked a bit more with that. It's made him, that's why I considered he could be below hit, because his post transformation could have been a bit better, could have made him a bit stronger. I feel like him having just a type neutrality pre-transformation, I keep on getting these mixed up, but pre-transformation he gets that type neutrality, whereas post-transformation he doesn't at all, which does hurt him. But the cover trade notification for 40 time accounts is very nice. The unique gorge is very nice. His blast damage is good. His blue card is crazy, especially after the main ability. I think he is a good unit. Could have done, I would have liked for him to be top 5, but he is very good in my opinion. Okay, on to the next unit. We move on to the tag Super Saiyan for Goku and Vegeta. I love this unit. They can just run through teams. If you get that priority with your gorge getting filled, you go into Vegeta, you got that card draw speed, that cover chain notification can keep on going. Go back into Goku. Because of the card draw speed, you got a full hand. You got 3 cards in your hand. You use, or 3 or 4 cards. You use a card, you use the blue that he draws to get your vanish back, and then you just repeat the process over and over. The damage on top of that will make it so that you could take out a unit, or you could take out 2 units health, like below 50% health. It is ridiculous with the amount of blues and purples running about as well. They are ridiculous with that. I just love the fact that they could get their vanish back through a very powerful blue that does a lot of damage as well. And then on top of that, crits from Goku is insane, and the green is the area green, which everybody loves. But yeah, very good unit in my opinion. Very worthy of being 6th. I would have probably put them higher if they had, once again, a few more teams. Now they have a bit more usability than the Zenkai LF Super Saiyan 4 Goku, but I feel like they are still restricted to that GT team and want to be mainly used on that team. So that's why they are 6th here. Now we're moving on to our top 5. Our top 5, our 5th unit is the Zamasu. Zamasu is really good, like stupidly good. You see him a lot on God Key, on Future, on a mixed team of blue, purple, for him to just be that defensive menace. I honestly think he's the defensive menace, and he does it really well. He tanks super well. He has the ability to reduce your ki. He has endurance. That green card is insane. His damage is insane. Of course, the green card giving cover change notification is what makes it so crazy, and I think that is why he is definitely in my top 5. Very good unit. Now on to our 4th position unit. Honestly, I think a lot of people will agree with this. The new 1% sparking Master Roshi with the Mafuba. The new best sparking in the game in my opinion, because he just shuts down everyone with Mafuba. I use this unit pretty much all the time. I come across a team where they have endurance unit or revival. I get the Mafuba off on them, and it makes it so that you could freely just rush. Let's say they had Beast Gohan and Ultra Gogeta Blue and Pan. You lock in Beast Gohan, now you can just rush freely. Even, let's say you don't have anyone that just nullifies endurance or gains that effect. Now you can just rush anyone and don't have to worry about an endurance unit coming in and just tanking it. Absolutely ridiculous. I feel like his blast damage is good. He has paralysis on his blast that he just gives into your hand so that your other teammates can do it, and paralysis is very good. If you get paralysis on your opponent and then the paralysis kicks in, you catch them off guard, you just take out a unit they wanted to cover change out of. Like, that's ridiculous in my opinion. His green card is really good because it inflicts him with that immobilization, I believe, for like a couple of seconds, and then you draw blue, and then most likely you combo that blue with the green. Now, the thing that I'm really impressed with is at high stars, you can really tell that he is pretty darn tanky. I think he has 65% reduction of damage just permanently, and you could really tell that he can tank. It's absolutely ridiculous what they did with this unit, and on Universe Rep he is like D unit to use as a leader slot yellow unit that you want to use as well, to just make sure you have that unit that can just shut down opponents. Like, he is literally the counter to Ultra Gogeta Blue, who is ridiculous, and it just goes to show how crazy of a unit this guy is. So onto our top three. Now our top three are all very close in my opinion. LF Android 17 has gained so much value since his release. It's absolutely insane. I was actually considering putting him at number 2, but then my number 2 and number 1 spot I think are just too crazy. But this dude is ridiculous. His support is insane. His gorge is insane. Like, the cut penalty is not cut penalty. Well, you know what I mean. Just everything about him is nuts. His blast damage is really good. His green card is really good. His blue card is really good. His strike damage is really good. His main ability is really good. His ultimate is really good. His gorge when it's filled, doing all that what I just said, is really good. He gives his teammates so much just from that, and it fills up even if he's not the one taking damage. Ridiculous unit. And then he has that ability that just shuts down everyone else's like attribute upgrade, so that he won't get his endurance nullified, because on top of everything he has endurance. So good. Like, he's honestly, I don't think I've had a match outside of ranked PvP without him on my team. That's how good he is. Onto our second place, who I thought was interchangeable with him. They are, in terms of like value, it's ridiculous how much. I think Android 17 has more value, but Beast is literally that. He is a beast. He can take out teams easily. His green card, blue card, insane. Gorge, insane. Green card and blue card when the gorge is filled is insane. When he fills up the gorge, it's insane. He gets that nullification of cover change. He gets card draw speed. He goes type neutral. He has insane damage. Blue card damage is insane with his gorge filled and without his gorge filled. He gains endurance when your opponent rushes. He has it so that he is just ridiculous, man. I still think what they did with him was a bit too much, but you have to give it to them making Beast Gohan that crazy. I think he is crazy. You know, he's the unit that you want to have as busted as he is. And then there are a few things that I'm missing out. Like, he has the ability to destroy your opponent's hands. He has the ability to cover change. Like, what else does a unit need, really? And then on top of that, we have Ultra Gogeta Blue, who, these two are very close. As I said, these three, the top three, are just so close. Most valuable, most ridiculous, and then most annoying, because his gorge is so annoying. The ability to just shut down combos without needing to cover change or anything, with just staying in, is stupid, because his gorge gets filled up pretty darn quick, and then it destroys your strikes. It makes it so that your blasts or your blues or your greens that are like the kind of ones that he can absorb with his unique are ridiculous, because he just goes crazy with it. And his gorge fills up health as well. So let's say they do a combo on you, it fills up the gorge. That combo's damage was pretty much just all healed up. He'll gain nullification of cover change. He has so much damage output, it's insane. He rivals Beast Gohan. I think Beast Gohan is the most damaging, but he is the closest in terms of how much damage he could do in general. Like, the card draw speed is insane. The green card is insane because it draws a certain amount of blues for each use, and then it gains cover chain nullification, and then after I believe 60 timer counts he could get his vanish back from it. Ridiculous. And then of course it's the ultimate that is one of the most powerful attacks in the game. His blue card is nuts as well, and then the rush that makes it so that he restores his vanish completely and it can go through endurance is just what makes him ridiculous in my opinion. I feel like it is absolutely insane what he brings to his teams, and that gorge is what makes him number one in my opinion. So yeah, this is my top 10. What I'm gonna do now is I think I'm gonna make it a bit more clearer on where I think some of these units stand. So give me 1 second. Okay, so I've taken a good look at it, and I think this is what I'd say this is the tiers that they're in. So 1 to 3, they are above everyone else here. They can be swapped out. Like you could have Android 17 as number 1, Beast Gohan at number 3. All of these could be in 1, 2, or 3 spot, and I wouldn't argue with it because there is an argument for them being in those positions and arguments for the others being in them positions as well. 4 to 5, I think these two are in the next tier below them. They are the best 1% sparkings in the game, and they do so much. The 6 to 9, you can argue all of these in different positions. I think maybe he goes here as 9 to 10, but I would say he's definitely 8 or 9. I could see these 3 being bought as your 6 to 8, and I'd say yeah, I can understand that, but I think that's them. Then I'd say he's either 10th or lower. I wouldn't really put him anywhere higher than that. You could maybe argue for 9th, but I think he's definitely there. Honorable mentions, I bought Pan, Full Power Jiren, the Tag Vegeta and Trunks, and the Zenkai LF Super Saiyan Rose Goku Black. Not in any order. I think Pan is the closest to it, but the rest aren't in any order. I just think they have a lot of value in this meta, and they're just close to the top 10, but just not quite there. So honestly, if we take a look, I've got the comparisons here. So this is the one I just made, our top 10, and then if we take a look at the top 10 I did like when Ultra Hit released a couple weeks ago, you can tell it's bumped down a bit. Zamasu's gone down a bit. Moroshi's taken his spot, pretty much overtaken it. The Tank 4s have got in the same position. Okay, Ultra Hit's gone down a lot. He's gone down by 1, and then Jiren and Pan have just gone out. So Jiren and Pan were replaced by Roshi and UI Goku, which kind of makes sense. So yeah, this is my overall ranking of all of them. My top 10 now in the positions I think they'd be, and the honorable mentions are there as well. So let me know in the comment section below what you think about all these units, if you think you agree with how I formatted this, or you'd completely change all of it or some of it. So other than that, guys, I hope you enjoyed. If you did, hit that like button. Obviously more in the future, subscribe. I'll see you on the next one. Goodbye.